If I was starting YouTube ads in 2025 with no experience, I would do this to start getting results fast. With 2 billion users and the highest conversion rate out of any platform when it comes to real estate, there's massive opportunity if you do YouTube ads right. But it comes with several pitfalls. Video ads are easy to mess up. It's hard to choose which audience to target, and how do you set up your campaigns the right way? So in this video, I'm cutting right to the chase and showing you exactly how to set up real estate YouTube ads for 2025. Real estate is more competitive than it's ever been in 2025. Traditional lead generations like Zillow and Realtor.com are now expensive and saturated, all due to the trust recession, which has also caused sales fatigue and general distrust in the market, along with Facebook ads now continuing to rise and cause unprofitability. All back to the trust recession. But as they say, as problems rise, so does opportunity. And now the opportunity has come to YouTube, right? YouTube has over 2 billion users actively searching for real estate content. Also, they have much lower CPMs comparative to Facebook and Google search. So if you're not aware of what CPMs are, basically a CPM is cost per metric. Cost for every 1,000 impressions is typically what CPMs are. Now with Facebook and Google search, you're going to be looking at CPMs anywhere from $20 to $50 to $60, where comparative to YouTube, you have $5 to $10 cost per metric. So you're not competing in a space and it's a much less saturated area. And because of this, these are the highest quality leads out of any platform. Also due to the fact that when you record yourself on video, you're building a sense of trust because people get to see you. And that's just an inadvertent effect. Along with the fact that most agents are not leveraging YouTube ads effectively. So it's unsaturated as it is, but those who are doing it, probably about 80 to 90% of them aren't even using the right systems in order to generate profitable results. So this leads into the right offer. So with millions of the same offer in the sea of offers amongst all of the realtors, whether you're on Facebook, even Zillow, and you post an IDX website, you need the right offer in order to stand out from your competition, even in an unsaturated market like YouTube ads. So the first thing that we need to establish here is something that's a little bit hard to understand and sometimes a little uncomfortable to admit. But after my experience of testing hundreds of different ad copies, what I've come to understand is that nobody actually really cares that you're the local agent. So do not promote yourself by just saying, call me to buy or sell your home, right? Because that's what everybody else is doing. What's going to separate you is what's going to make you actually stand out, obviously. So what you want to do is craft and build an offer around this specific perspective. And the offer should, as Alex Hormozy says, make people feel stupid for saying no. So how you can do this is with lead magnets. Now, just a little crash course on lead magnets. Essentially, I've talked about them on my channel. A lead magnet is a piece of valuable content or an offer that you can give away for free in exchange for somebody's contact information with the purpose of starting a relationship, key here, starting a relationship with your potential customer. The goal isn't to get them to buy some sort of low ticket item and then assume that they're going to upgrade to your service or offer these things for money. People assume that the value you're providing because it's good enough should be charged, but in actuality, people can look this stuff up if they really, really try. And if you give it away for free, trust matters more because they're not going to end up selling their home themselves. They just want to know you know how to do it. And if you're providing them the offer, again, it's going back to making them feel stupid for saying no. They're giving me, they meaning you, are giving me all of this information for free, me being the seller or buyer. And it's like, why wouldn't I work with the person who's solving all my pain points, giving me this unrestricted, exclusive information absolutely for free? So what you can do is you can make lead magnets. They come in a bunch of different forms like ebooks, masterclasses, templates, guides, checklists, videos, you name it. But what I've noticed works really, really well is either ebooks or video guides. And for one reason or another, there's a couple psychology reasons behind this, but honestly, I couldn't really tell you why. But if you're going to make a lead magnet, I would suggest you start at the very least with an ebook or a video guide. The video guide is going to help build some trust, and the ebook's also going to build trust in different ways. When you build trust on video by establishing your authority and credibility, and on the ebook, yes, it does that, but you're basically establishing your authority by providing a ton of information that's coherent to someone who's actually knowledgeable in the field. So as far as offers go for buyers, you can take a screenshot of this, But just a couple to name off, you can do things like neighborhood guides with pricing trends, virtual home tours of top listings in their price range. You can do free buyer consultations, like a 30-minute strategy session, market analysis, etc. What I suggest you do is take one or two of these and combine them in one flow. So what that would look like is taking a neighborhood guide with pricing trends, having them submit their name, email, and phone number, maybe a price range, and then having them just submit a low barrier form, and then bring them to another page where they can then book in a buyer consultation. This way you can capture the top middle funnel leads and also capture the middle and bottom of funnel leads as well. Now, as far as sellers go, the same process is going to apply, but you're going to obviously have different offers. So things like free home valuation reports, staging consultations, comparative market analysis, video guides, go-to-market strategies. These are some good ones as far as sellers go. I noticed the free home valuation report and a video guide are the two best performers for sellers, but you can take a screenshot of this and choose whatever one makes the most sense for you. Once you have your offer, you now can get into actually crafting the YouTube ads themselves. So the first thing you want to do is some creative research. So search for real estate agent ads in your market, whether it's Facebook ads, TikTok, maybe even YouTube. For the most part, you're probably not going to see competitor YouTube ads, but you're more than welcome to go on Facebook, TikTok, and I would suggest you hit Facebook ads library to check out those ads. When you're on there, also look for ads that have been running for at least 30 days because these are going to be likely profitable ads. I look between the 30 and 60 day range. The reason I don't go past 60 days is because sometimes you don't know if ads have been declining in their performance and they're just running simply because they're just waiting to see if the KPI is going to fall out of order. But if you look at ads that are 30 days or running more, chances are they're probably profitable ads, and I would suggest you stick with those. Also, you can check competitor YouTube channels as well for their promoted videos, along with their organic channels and real estate content to see just pain points, things that are offers that they're running as well, because any organic offer can also work with ads depending on how you structure the actual ad itself. Now, some successful ad formats you can use that I've tested and ran that have ended up working really well. You can take a screenshot of this, are things like agent direct to camera testimonial style, which is going to build trust. You can do a property showcase with a voiceover highlighting the neighborhood itself. You can do client success stories with a testimonial format. You can do things like 3 mistakes buyers make or an educational style. And all of these types of things are going to work. And the point here is to build trust and educate. Again, at the end of the day, all you're doing is you're building your authority, your credibility, and this is going to get people to click. And then when you can convert them on the landing page, this is where you're actually going to see those conversions. So now you can actually set up the campaigns. So at the top, you have the campaign level. And basically, the campaign level is going to determine the campaign type, whether you're running search ads, display, video, shopping ads, etc. And then it also determines the campaign's goal. So whether you're searching for leads, sales, website traffic, etc. The location targeting, so where you're actually going to be showing your ads to, what area, what location, what state, what city, your bidding strategy, and the devices. Next, you have the ad group level. And in simple terms, the ad groups host a group of ads. So essentially, ad groups determine the specific targeting for the ads outside of like the basic demographic targeting, like location, which is hosted at the campaign level. So you'll have things like audiences, pre-built audiences that Google has deemed efficient, or you can use custom segment, which is your own manual keywords. And then finally, at the bottom, we have the ad level itself. And this is going to consist of the actual ads, like their headlines, the descriptions, the call to actions, and so on. And finally, like I was saying before, now they're going to be led to a landing page where you have to optimize to get the best results. So when you're setting up landing pages, do not send traffic to your generic agent website. It's way too complicated, overwhelmingly filled with unnecessary information for the lead, especially if it's not directly relevant to your offer. So you want to create dedicated landing pages for each offer. So for an example structure, at the top of the page, you'll want a clear headline and then a sub-headline with the lead magnet offer. Then you'll have an opt-in form maybe to the right of it or just below it, like a name, email, and phone number. Below that, I would have social proof, reviews, case studies, testimonials. And then at the bottom, have an FAQ section addressing all the common objections. And this is just good because it can help people feel more connected to you, that you know how to solve their problems specifically, along with the testimonials as well. But that is one of the best structures. And so tying this all together, there are key success factors here to determine how well you're going to scale your ads and your success rate just with YouTube ads in general. And the thing to understand that I can't stress enough is that quality ads are 80% of the YouTube ad success. If your delivery's trash, if your recording is trash, the audio's bad, or the script itself isn't compelling or congruent to your offer, you're not going to convert leads. With that being said, if your offer's dialed in, you can address exactly the exact pain points your ideal customer is experiencing with a solution that's compelling enough, and you can direct them to a landing page that actually is compelling enough, then you have a successful ad as far as the first couple of steps go. But what you want to do is make sure that you optimize your landing page for conversions, like I said before. And if you're wondering as far as like what you should be looking for, aim for like a 10 to 15% conversion rate on the landing pages. So 1 out of every 10 people that get on the landing page actually end up submitting their information and convert. You also want to make sure you're tracking the entire funnel, right? Check your views, check your leads, check how many appointments you're booking out of those leads, check how many closings you're closing out of those appointments. And from there, you can change different things and tweak and pull different levers based on which different components are performing suboptimal to what is industry standard. And then the final thing, this is a hidden killer. Follow-up system is absolutely crucial. You will get a 90% higher reply rate if you contact any lead within the first 15 minutes of them opting in. Hands down, unequivocally, get it done. And if you need to have automation in place in order to make that happen, do that. But if you're not following up with leads as soon as they come into the pipeline, the chances of them dropping is like 384% or something crazy based on literal statistics I've pulled. And you can see that on, any other marketer's channel. You'll know that follow-up systems are absolutely crucial for your success. That's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.